Good day, learners. Before we begin, I need your full attention. This session is not about giving you information. It is about changing how you think. Many learners struggle not because they don't know the work, but because they rush, assume, answer without thinking. Today, we are going to fix that. In this session, I am going to guide you step by step, not just to answer, but to think properly before you answer. As we move through the session, this is how it is going to go. I will give you a scenario then. You will make a decision. Then I will take you back to that same decision and force you to rethink it, challenge it, and improve it. This is how critical thinking is developed. Is scenario 1, a learner submits an assignment. It is well written, it is submitted on time. But something does not feel right, you suspect it may be copied. You are the assessor. You must choose. A. Accept the assignment. B. Reject the assignment and investigate. Pause the video and choose. Write down your answer. Alright, before you jump in, pause for a moment. Take a second to really think about your answer. Then write it down. Pause this video until everyone has answered. Now explain. Why did you choose that option? What evidence supports your decision? What risks are involved? Now write down your answers. Once you are all done, we will resume. Don't rush this. Give yourself a moment to think it through. Once you've got your answer clear in your mind, write it down. Once you are all done writing, let your facilitator know and we will resume. Now, I want you to slow down your thinking. Ask yourself the following. What do I actually know for a fact? What am I assuming? What information is missing? And D, am I following a process or guessing? Hold on, no quick answers yet. Think first, process the question, and then put your answer on paper. Now, write your answers down, and when you are done, we will continue in the session. Now, I am going to challenge your decision. If you chose to accept, then you may be allowing dishonesty. However, if you chose to reject, then you may be acting without proof. So now ask yourself, is your decision based on evidence or assumption? Let us pause for a moment. Take some time to think carefully before answering. Now write down your answers. The correct answer is not simply A or B. That is incomplete thinking. Now listen carefully. A critical thinker understands that 1. Suspicion is not evidence. 2. Evidence must be verified. 3. A fair process must be followed. So the correct thinking process is E. Identify concern. B. Verify. Check plagiarism. Compare work. Question learner. C. Gather evidence. D. Apply policy. And E. Then decide. Now that you have made your decision and improved your thinking, we are going to take that same situation and go deeper into how you justified your answer. Earlier, you gave a reason for your decision. Now, I want you to evaluate that reasoning. Keyword here, learners, evaluate your reasoning. Let's begin. STEP 1, example. A learner says, I accepted the assignment because it was submitted on time. Step 2, think. Now compare that to your own reasoning. Ask yourself, does this reason actually prove the decision? And is the reason relevant to the problem, or does it just sound correct? Step 3, break thinking. Many learners make this mistake. They give reasons that sound correct, but do not prove anything. Now, pay attention, SSDS learners. Strong reasoning must 1. Be relevant. 2. Be logical. 3. Directly support the conclusion. 4. Submitting on time does not prove originality. So the reasoning is weak. Now we are going to take your thinking one step further. So far, you made a decision, you justified it. Now we test whether your thinking is influenced by bias. Let's move to scenario 3. A customer submits a complaint. The employee says the customer is lying. The customer says the employee was rude, but there is no evidence. Now pause, and then let us make a decision. Who do you believe, and what action do you take? Take a breath and think carefully about your response. When you're ready, write your answer down. Once all of you are done, let your facilitator know, and then we can continue with the video. Step 2. Anchor. Hold on to your answer. Do not change it yet. Step 3. Guided thinking. Now think. What information is missing? What questions should you ask? What is the risk of being wrong? I don't want instant answers here. I want thoughtful ones. Pause. Think it through. Then write your response. Write down your answers for the following questions. What information is missing? What questions should you ask? What is the risk of being wrong? Now, if you chose a side immediately, you are thinking with bias. A critical thinker does not choose sides immediately. They gather information, then follow a fair process, and remains neutral. Now we are going to go deeper into your thinking, because when you made that decision, you made assumptions. Now let's move on to scenario 4. Go back to your decision in the customer versus employee scenario. Step 1. Identify. Before you answered, your brain filled in missing information. That is called an assumption. Step 2. Guided questions. Now answer the following questions. 1. Did you assume the customer is always right? 2. Did you assume the employee is guilty? 3. Did you assume based on past experience? Write your answers down. Before you say anything, think. What makes the most sense here? Once you've decided, write it down. An assumption is a conclusion made without evidence. Now we take your SAM decision again, but this time we look at the impact. Let's take a look at scenario 5. Go back to the decision you made in the customer scenario. Now answer, what happens next because of your decision? Who is affected? What are the long-term consequences? What if your decision is wrong? Give your brain a moment to work. Think about the question, then capture your answer in writing. Let's take a moment to capture our answers, and when you are all completed, we will continue. Remember, learners, IRE's critical thinking includes A. Impact awareness, B. Risk thinking. Now we shift from decisions to how you form answers in general. Scenario 6. First vs best answer. Go back to your first answer in scenario 1. Take a moment, pause the video, and go back. When we are all there and have found our answers, let your facilitator know, and then we will move on to the next slide. Was it your best answer? Take a moment to be honest, because S+ answers are fast, shallow, and incomplete. Take some time to be honest. Do not be shy to get it wrong. This activity to help activate critical thinking. When you are done writing down your answer, ask your facilitator to resume with the video and press play. Remember, learners, a critical thinker. 1. Reviews. 2. Improves. And 3. Refines. Now we test one of the biggest thinking mistakes learners make. Is scenario 7. Effect vs opinion. Earlier, we looked at employee behavior. Now apply this. This is the statement. This employee is lazy because they are always late. Step 1. Think to yourself, is this a fact or an opinion? Step 2. Ask, can this be proven? And is this observation or judgment? Pause right here. Think deeply about your response and only then write it down. When everyone is done writing their answers, ask your facilitator to press play. Now the correct thinking for this would be late equals possible fact, lazy equals opinion. Now we apply everything together in scenario 8. Scenario 8. Final application. An employee performs well but is always late. I repeat, an employee performs well but is always late. Step 1. Decision time. What do you do? Take a moment to process what's being asked. Once you've formed your answer, go ahead and write it down. Step 2. Think. Consider the following. 1. Policy 2. Performance 3. Fairness 4. Consistency. I want you to engage your thinking here. Take a moment, reflect, then write your answer clearly. When you're done, please inform your facilitator. Critical thinking equals balance. It balances all factors. Now let's close off this session. From today's session and activities on critical thinking, we have learned the following. 1. Do not answer without reasoning. 2. Do not assume without evidence. 3. Do not decide without considering consequences. Remember, critical thinking is not a skill. It is a discipline. You can apply the skill in your learning and training program and also in your daily life. Critical thinking isn't about having the fastest answer. It's about having the right one. Keep pausing, keep questioning, and keep thinking with intention. Thank you for your attention and time, learners.